press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, we have been discussing about the chapter body movements. See, in the previous class we learnt about the different concepts which is related to the chapter body movements. See, in the previous class we learnt about the locomotion as well as the movement. See, movement which takes place in both the living organisms as well as the non-living things. See, living organisms we can easily see the movements and the locomotion we can easily see. In plants slightly it is difficult, but in plants also we can see the movements. For example, movements in the closing as well as the opening of the flower, movements towards the shoot system, towards the light, and there are different types of movements which we seen in the living things. And in non-living things also sometimes it shows the movement only when the external force or the external energy is provided. Otherwise it will stop, the movements will going to takes place in the non-living things. See here, in the previous class we learnt about the different types of joints. See, joints are those places where two or more bones connected or joining together is called as joints. See, joints are classified into three distinct features. One is the pivotal joints, immovable joints. Immovable joints, slightly movable joints as well as the movable joints. Slightly movable joints, and the last one is the movable joints. See, as the name only indicates, immovable joints are those joints which is fixed at a particular place, and this can't be allow any kinds of movements, and that's why it is called as immovable or the fixed joint. Usually the joints, these immovable joints usually present in the upper jaw as well as the bones of the head or the skull. These type of joints are present. And next one is the slightly movable joints. Here the little movements will be takes place, and this slightly movement will be takes place in such a joints, and these joints which allow slightly movement. Example is the wrist and backbone. We can easily, compared to the immovable joints, we can easily move our wrist as well as the back. See, this is one of the example for the slightly movable joint, that is a wrist as well as the backbone. And next one is the movable joints. See, these type of joints which allow freely movement, and those the bones which move freely, and such a type of joints are called as movable joints. And these type of joints which contains a fluid known as synovial fluid. See, these movable joints which contains a fluid called as synovial fluid. And sometimes it is called, such type of joints is called as synovial joints. See, movable joints are having the movement will be takes place in such a type of joints are called as movable joints. Here the movable joints contains the fluid, and these fluids is a synovial fluid. It is called as the fluid which is also called as synovial fluid, and due to the process of such a fluid in the movable joints, it is called as synovial joints. See, this immovable joints is also called as synovial joints. Synovial joints. synovial joints. See, they are of mainly 3 types. See, these movable joints are of mainly 3 types. We will discuss now. See, movable joints contains the fluid, and those fluid is name of the fluid is the synovial fluid, which is present in the movable joints. And due to the process of synovial fluid in the movable joints, it is also known as synovial joints. See, this is all about the movable joints, and these movable joints can be categorized into 3 different features, or the 3 different parts. Ball and socket joints. See, it is one of the part of a movable joints, and next one is the pivot joints. Last one is the hinge joint. Now we will learn one by one. Ball and socket joints. See, here in the ball and socket joints, the one bone is present in a round shaped structure, and another one bone is elongated to form a hollow socket, and which the round bone is fixed to that bone. And so we can say that ball and socket joints are usually present in the hip joints as well as the shoulder joints. See, example for those joints are hip joints and shoulder joints. See, these are the example for the ball and socket joints. See, for example, if we stand up and move our leg to make a big circle, we can feel that by rotating our leg into big circle. Consider, I will erase here. See, for example, if we stand up and move our leg to make a bigger circle, we can say that we are feeling that we can easily rotate our leg in a circular position, and we can say that the hip joints which present the ball and socket joints. See, hip joints is the example for the ball and socket joints, and the shoulder joints is also an example of a ball and socket joints. Here the bowl like structure will be present. The one bone is round shaped in structure. See, this is the round shaped in structure, and there is a hollow socket or the cavity which is present in the bowl shaped structure of a bone, and one elongated bone will fix into the such bone, and later one more bone will be present outer side of the round shaped bone, and so that there is a movement will be takes place in all direction. It will move forward, backward, and rotating in all round place. See, such type of joints are called as ball and socket joints. See, there is one activity is there. In this activity, we can say that ball and socket joints are present in the hip region as well as the shoulder region, which helps to move backward and the forward movement, and also in the circular position we can move such joints. See, this activity, first we have to take one ball, and in which we have to make one cavity, so that a paper cylinder we can easily fix into the ball. See, in this activity, first we take the paper and roll up to make a cylindrical shape. See, like that we have to make one cylindrical paper, and now we have to fix into the ball having the cavity, and the ball as well as the one cylinder is ready to fix it, and afterwards this both the ball as well as the cylindrical paper we have to fix it by using some gum, and afterwards we have to fix in a bowl, and later we can say that in all direction it will rotate. From this activity we can say that ball and socket joints which is present in the hip region as well as the shoulder region, and thereby we can making the movement in such places in the direction, circular direction we can make. See here, in movement will be takes place, and here and there, and these movements will be takes place, and this is the activity you can also do in your home with the help of elders, and this is all about the ball and socket joints. Next one is the pivot joints. Pivot joint, these type of joints having the rounded surface of one bone. See, in the pivot joint, the round surface of one bone, round surface of one bone fits in a ring of other bone is called as pivotal or pivot joints. Pivotal joints. See, in the pivotal joints, example for these pivotal joints are joints of the neck and the head. Pivotal joints example for the pivot joints are joints of the neck and also it is present in the head region. These pivotal joints are present. See, pivotal joints, in this type of joints, a round surface of one bone fits into the ring. See, round surface of one bone fits into the ring of another, and these pivotal joints usually present in the neck as well as the head region to allow forward and backward movement, and also left and side movement will be takes place. Here, forward and backward movement, and also turning the head into left and right side. These joints are present, and it also having the rotational movements. Only rotational movements will be takes place in such a joints. Rotational movement. See, rotational movements will be takes place in such joints. See, second point is the pivotal joints. These pivotal joints, example for the pivotal joints are neck joints as well as the head joints. See, in the head region, pivotal joints is also present, which helps to allow the forward as well as the backward movement, and the left as well as the right side movement will be takes place. See, Such a type of joints are called as pivotal joints, and this pivotal joints which allows only rotational movements. See, rotational movements will be takes place, and here in pivotal joints a round surface of one bone fits into a ring of another bone. See, in the round shape of one bone is fits into the another bone. I will draw the diagram here. See, consider this is the uh, this is the human skull, and here is the bones will be present. This region where the round surface of one bone fits into the ring of another bone. Here it forms the round surface, and one bone is fits into the ring of another bone, and such a type of joints are called as pivotal joints. See, this is one of the example for the pivot joints. Pivot joints. Pivot joint. See, understood? Pivot joints, example for the pivot joints are neck as well as the head region. These pivot joints are present, and here one round surface of the one bone fits into the ring of another bone, and here there is a pivot joints will be present, and these pivot joints which helps to forward as well as the backward movements in the body, and usually in the neck and the head position it is present, and thereby we can easily turn our head into right side as well as the left side, and these allows only the rotational movements. This is all about the pivot joint. Next we shall move on to the hinge joint. Next, in movable joints, in which we already learnt about the ball and socket joints, pivot joints, and the last one is the hinge joints. Next, third one, the hinge joints. See, these type of joints which makes the hinges of the door, there is a partition will be there, and consider, for example, here is a door. At each door there is a partitions will be there, and so that it allows only forward as well as the backward movement. Opening and the closing movement will be takes place in the door, and not by sideways direction. See, these type of joints are called as hinge joints. These joints usually present in the fingers, where we can hinges will be present in the fingers, and also the such joints are present in the knee region and the finger elbow region. Example for the hinge joints are knee region, these type of joints are present, elbow and the fingers, such type of joints are present. See these hinge joints forms a hinges of the door. As I told you by drawing the diagram, hinges of door, there is a small partitions will be there, and these joints which allows the bone only in one direction. Say only one direction it will allows, only one direction, that is forward and backward movement. See forward as well as the backward movement, these hinge joints are present. See hinge joint, it forms the hinges of the door. See for example, hinges will be present in a door, and like that these type of joints are present in our body also, and usually these type of joints are present in the knee region, elbow and the fingers. There is a partitions will be there, and there we can easily move, and only in one direction it will move, either it may be forward as well as the backward movement. And example for those hinge joints are knee, elbow and the finger. See this is all about the hinge joints, whereas movable joints can be classified into three distinct categories. One is the pivotal joints, ball and socket joints and the hinge joints. Hinge joints are those joints, it forms the hinges in the body or particular organ of the body. And here example for the hinge joints are the knee, elbow and the finger. These type of joints will be present, and it allows only one direction, forward as well as the backward movement. And whereas the ball and socket joints, usually these type of joints are present in the hip region as well as the shoulder region, where one round shaped bone which fits into the longitudinal structure of the bone, and thereby the movement will be takes place in such a type of bones, that is ball and socket joints, and which forms the circular movement in sometimes. And usually these type of joints are present in the shoulder region as well as the hip region. Next one is the pivot joints. See pivot joints only the rotational movements will be allows, and pivot joints usually present in the head region, and which forms the ring to another bone, and here it fixes completely, and such a type of joints are called as pivotal joints. See this is all about the movable joints, which is classified into three distinct features: ball and socket, hinge joints and the pivotal joints. See next we shall move on to the difference between the bones as well as the cartilage. See in our body, if we consider the human skeleton, the skeleton is made up of two main parts. One is the bones as well as the cartilage. Bones is usually hard tissue, and whereas the cartilage is the soft tissue. Bones gives proper shape to our body, and it doesn't bend at all, and if it bends means there is a joints will be present. And see now we can learn about the difference between bones and the cartilage. See, cartilage is the, as I told you, cartilage is a soft tissue which is present in our body. Usually these cartilage are present in the ear region as well as the nose region and some other parts of the body it will present, and it gives, sometimes it gives the proper shape to our body, and it is soft tissue. And also the cartilage which it protects the bone and also help them to move. See, cartilage also protect the bone and helps them to move. In which see, bones, the difference between the bones as well as the cartilage. Differences between bones and cartilage. Say differences between bones and cartilage. The main difference between bone and bones as well as the cartilage is bones are hard in nature, as we all know. Bones are hard in nature and it will provide the shape to the body, whereas the cartilage are soft. Bones are hard in nature and cartilage are the soft in nature. And next one is the, it is composed of calcium and the phosphorus. See, bones is composed of calcium and phosphorus. See, usually in bones calcium and phosphorus is present, so that's why it is hard in nature and which helps to gives the proper shape to our body, whereas the cartilage are composed of protein and sugar are present in the cartilage. See, next one is the bones makes the skeleton. See, bones makes the skeleton, and here cartilage supports to the bone. See, this is all about the differences between bones as well as the cartilage. See, first one is the bones are hard in nature and it is a harder tissue, so that's why it is hard tissue, and whereas the cartilage is the soft tissue and usually the cartilage are soft in nature. And the cartilage, example for the cartilage is the ear and the nose. This cartilage will be present, ear pinna as well as the nose. Pinna and nose contains the cartilage. See, first one is the bones and the differences between bones and cartilage are, in bones are hard in nature, whereas the cartilage is soft in nature, and bones is composed of calcium as well as the phosphorus. Say, that's why it is hard in nature, and these calcium and phosphorus which helps the bone to become a stronger and a healthier one, whereas the cartilage is contains the proteins as well as the sugar, and sugar is nothing but what we ate the food, it will undergoes the sugar, or nothing but the food it will form. And next one is the bones makes the skeleton. See, together bones will make the skeleton. Without bones the skeleton is not formed, and so that's why bones makes the skeleton, whereas the cartilage supports to the bone. Without the lack of bone and the cartilage, the skeleton will not be formed, or the human body will not be formed. And this is all about the differences between bones and the cartilage. See, bones are hard in nature, whereas the cartilage is the soft in nature, and bones is composed of usually calcium as well as the phosphorus. Bones contain calcium as well as the phosphorus, and bones makes the skeleton, and cartilage are usually soft in nature, which contains the protein as well as the sugar, and cartilage supports to the bone. It only acts as a supporting substance which supports the bones, and example for the cartilage is the ear pinna as well as the nose, which contains the cartilage. See, this is all about the today's class. Here I went up the class. In tomorrow's class we will learn about some more concepts. Thank you.